right. We have here in the top left of Overwatch, our red Zerg player. It's Jaeyun. Hasn't won a map yet, but he's only played one map. It's whatever. He's playing his best matchup now against our Protoss player, Boa. All right. Boa says he doesn't really have a best matchup. We saw him play a pretty aggressive, pretty cheesy game there against Gypsy, but you know, it's Eclipse. You have to do that a certain percentage of the time, or it doesn't make sense as a Protoss player in PvT. You know, especially on a two-player map. It's like, on a two-player map, I feel almost like you should cheese, I don't know, like 40% of the time, play macro 60% or something like that, just to, you know, keep the fear of it in your opponents. But he said he tries to play like Bisu, right? And Bisu known as the greatest PvZ player of all time, so I'm excited to see what that's going to look like against Jaeyun, whose best matchup is both sides of this matchup. So the fact that Jaeyun plays Protoss at an S rank, or plays ZVP, Zerg vs Protoss, at an S rank level, and Protoss vs Zerg at an S rank level, shows a really great understanding of the matchup on both sides, which I think makes him super deadly here. So my guess is that Jaeyun is a bit favored against Boa. Super hyped though. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. Thank you guys for tuning in here to Ascension. I hope that you guys are enjoying the tournament. Yeah, I guess we'll figure it out at the end how much people liked it, if we're going to be able to do some more in the future. It's I think so. It's really fun. I like the King of the Hill rotational format as well. It just keeps it super fresh, and at least for the first group stage, you don't get any mirror matchups. Because the thing is, I actually still really like mirror matchups, but I think everyone agrees that these other three matchups, PvZ, TVP, and TVZ, are better than mirror matchups. Except for TVT, of course, which is better than PvZ. But, you know, I think it's a lot of fun. Anyways, it's an overpool here from Jaeyun, a pretty standard build. This has been around for a long time. A lot of Zergs like to use it. Boa comes up, checks it out, sees a hatchery, knows exactly what's going on. Sending his first sellout across the map. Jaeyun just checking out with the drone what's going to be going on. Nothing too impactful as of yet. We'll see what this first Zealot does for Boa. We can get something done. Like it or not, PvT is the pinnacle of StarCraft, guys. All right. So just chasing that probe around right now. And actually, as the two Zerglings run past, they take a bit of damage from the Zealot. So a little bit sloppy there for a second. But Boa is chasing those Lings for a bit with the Zealot. That was kind of interesting. Okay, he's going to pull it back. The Zealot, oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so Boa pulls back to the ramp, and we'll just hold position a couple of units there to make sure that Lings cannot run by. And yeah, it's like, once the Lings get in your main base, it's just too annoying. Even if they don't have the speed upgrade, it's very, very annoying. It's super micro-intensive for both sides, but Zerg gets to dictate how micro-intensive it is, so you don't have a lot of control over it as the Protoss player. Definitely something you want to avoid allowing to occur. Now the Nexus coming up, Forge going down here as well. We see a slightly different SimCity than what we saw from Dragon yesterday on this map in this position. Jaeyun throwing up his third base, and again, a very different position from what we saw when Crossy played this map. He liked this as his third. This one I feel like is a little bit more normal from Jaeyun. It's a bit more protracted, right? Like the game's going to go a little bit longer, I would say, because this is a more defensive hatchery. It's harder for your opponent to attack. It's harder for you to attack. Always got to consider things like this. All right, the 4 Zealots coming out. Of course, Jaeyun going to have to make more Lings to deal with that. He's got these 5, but 3 of them pretty heavily damaged. Boa going to hold the ramp, or the bridge, rather. 4 more Lings here. Certainly, he's got like 8 more Lings being made. No question. Yeah, see, they're popping. You can't let these Zealots destroy you, but you see the very good pressure from Boa. I like the way he's dancing. I almost feel like he should go home. It's like you already kind of know what you forced. Oh, maybe he just goes in this little nook. Oh, man, up against the wall. Just crazy. These Zealots are like from 300 or something. Look at that. No surface area at all for poor Jaeyun. And look at that. He's got the highest health one in the front as well. by design or by accident. And that was pretty reasonably done by Boa. Jaeyun did not have a lot of options there but to just shove all his lings into the Zealots. So definitely hurting the drone count there of Jaeyun. He had to make a lot of lings, but still droning up, doing a big drone round here and coming out to catch any more Zealots coming up. I think this is a fantastic catch. Of course, his Overlord was in a good position to see it go out. The Overlord, in the meantime, in the main base, sees the Stargate being warped in. So pretty standard here from Boa. Really nothing out of the ordinary. Macro hatch. So we're going up to 5 hatcheries here for Jaeyun, who, by the way, hasn't started a lair. Okay, Hydralisk Den. No big surprise there. Is this going to be like 5 hatch Hydra? Just straight up, no lair? Like, you can do it. You're not going to have Overlord speed, I guess. Maybe DTs could become a little bit annoying then. Where do we have the Overlords? We have 1 Overlord here. 1 in the middle going home. Yeah, and everything else is actually at home. So, yeah, that makes me a little bit nervous for him. Okay, he is getting his lair now, so he'll be able to get that Overlord speed in case the DTs do come. Citadel going up. Lair as well. See if these are drones or Hydras being produced. I think they're still drones. Yeah. Jaeyun definitely is a Zerg that will drone up quite a bit. I've seen some semi-clowny games out of him where he makes really a lot of drones and then overwhelms you, which can be a bit risky. But honestly, he kept this Overlord alive for so long and has seen what Boa's doing. So it's like Boa has no opportunities for an attack. He already used 6 Zealots, keeping pressure onto Jaeyun. So Jaeyun, rightfully so, droning up really heavily right now. We are regaining a decent amount of Zealots for Boa, but Jaeyun will be able to hit the trigger and actually produce a lot of Hydras when the time is right. Okay. Yeah, he's still droning. Look at that. I like it, though. Popping out some Overlords. Has that Evolution Chamber. Certainly getting some Hydralisk upgrades right now. Corsairs, though, of course, going to be a little bit annoying when you don't have Scourge to deal with them. You can't really threaten a punish on Corsairs if there's no Scourge. They can just always turn around and run away from Hydras. It's not an issue. It's not like the Hydras can catch them and gun them down. Templar Archives on the way. Decent amount of Zealots. Looks like +1 just finished up. He'll want to start that +1 armor. I wonder what Boa's plan is going to be here. Like, obviously, he's going to get legs and move out. But, like, does he want to power up his gateways right now? Or take a quicker third base? Because we only see 4 gates, so there's not, like, a big commitment one way or the other at the moment. Does he add 3-4 more gates? Or does he add 2-3 more gates in a Nexus? Jaeyun's starting to macro up. Double sunken placement here in the back. A couple Overlords to make sure he's okay. Good SimCity here as well. Yeah, you can't really get in there with those Zealots. Looks like he wants to run up towards here, but honestly, this Zealot checking it out realizes he can't do anything. Great SimCities here from Jaeyun. Corsairs still flying around. Getting some value. Scouts out. It's kind of a nice thing about playing against this style that doesn't have that Spire. Getting so much intel. Now look at this. He's actually diving upon the Overlords, then running in with the Zealots. The drones drill immediately and actually stop most of those Zealots. Now the units are probably going to have to come down from here as well. We see that Lurker eggs are being made. The Zealots, this is some great drilling. And now we have a Lurker out. Yeah, it seems like he's held it. I don't think he really lost drones there either. So this was a good hold, but he did get pretty massively supply blocked from the Corsairs. Wow, that was kind of a really cool move. Oh my god, he had 1 Overlord left as the 2 DTs ran up. And now he is going to get rid of that. The DT's going to go ham. These drones. Oh, he has Burrow. Beautifully done. Able to just hide those drones from the DT. Of course, the other DT coming up right now needs to pop out some more Overlords, but it's hard because the 5 Corsairs can kill them off. Some great moves coming out right now from Boa. Starting to get some significant damage. Okay, finally the Overlord does pop. He'll be able to kill that, but the DT has 8 kills. Oh, no. 12 hit point DT gets away. Okay, so Overlord's over here. He does have that Overlord speed now. Again, you know, that's something I was talking about earlier on. It was a later layer. So a bit of an issue when these DTs came in. I think Boa punished that as hard as you could. Honestly, like, Jaeyun had a hard time against that, but everything's okay now. He's actually still got a pretty healthy drone count when you look at it. He's got his Overlord speed. He has lurkers. So we're going on to the next phase of the game. All right, we're going up to 6 gates here. 7, that's the 8th, but he's killing it off. And yeah, it looks like he wants to go ahead and take this base, but the Burrowedling's so annoying. Yeah, you're going to have to make a cannon there to detect it or get an observer. Yeah, I guess he does have the observatory now. Couple High Templars put into the shuttle. And another good thing about playing against a Zerg who has skipped that Spire. He's got the shuttle out. He doesn't have to worry about Scourge. As long as he's careful with the shuttle, he won't lose it. And now he can go and do some storm drops. And against this very drone-heavy, kind of greedy style of Jaeyun, he has potential for massive damage here. Okay, that Ling not burrowed for a moment. So looks like Boa's going to be able to get up this Nexus. Jaeyun moving out. Oh, like passing ships in the night. Very slow shuttle. Oh, he's being crazy with it. Okay, he gets over, barely takes any hull damage. The drones, of course, have to run. They know exactly what's in there. All right, Hydra's walking over into position. And the Spire actually finishing up here. Yeah, I'm glad that Jaeyun has added in that Spire. That's going to give him that added level of protection that Scourge can afford you. I wonder if he's going to plan on making any mutas, though. There is no +1 for the Corsairs, but Dragoons are coming out now. He does have Psystorm. The mutas, I'm not sure if it's going to be a great investment if he does go for them. Boa right now starting to walk around the map. Clearing out some of these Scoutlings. Does have that 3rd base going to be finishing relatively soon. 7-gate production. Yeah, kind of a scary army. He does have the 1/1 upgrades over on Jaeyun's side. Just the +1 Carapace. Okay. And looks like he's going to run over this bridge. This is kind of crazy, but if he gets a good storm... Oh my god, an insane storm goes down onto the Hydras. And it looks like Boa's going to start to break in. I don't think he's actually going to break this location, though. A couple more lurkers burrow up. He's going to be able to remove all these Zealots. Yeah, it's the attack is going to fail. Like, it looked good at the beginning, but it's so hard to attack over these bridges, honestly. And now he's lost some High Templars, some Goons, some Zealots. And he didn't actually hurt the economy of Jaeyun. I think that was actually good for Jaeyun overall, even though, again, it started well for Boa. You got to replace that entire army now. Well, he does have a decent chunk out on the map. Looks like Jaeyun getting ready to try to take the top right. We don't see the drone as of yet, though. Where is the drone? There it is. All right, drone coming over to take this location. Gonna set up some lurkers. This is the most... This one and this one are very easy to defend once you actually take them. Once you have your hatchery done or cannons done, you can make sunks. You get your cannons up there, like I said. Some High Templars and some lurkers. Becomes like a very difficult base to kill. In fact, so difficult, it's generally better to just let your opponent have it and attack elsewhere. All right, the army of Boa moving towards that top right. Now, we saw the Lings assassinate the High Templars, so without any High Templars, a little bit hard to break. But let's take it. Okay, it's 4 lurkers plus 1 Carapace Ling. I think he can break it, actually. If he just runs the Zealots up in a straight line, then runs the Dragoons up. Okay, he's going to take the slower approach of trying to pick things off before running the Zealots up. But this gives Jaeyun time to reinforce a little bit. Okay, Boa just going to pull the trigger now. Running those Zealots up into the lurkers. So he's going to be able to kill off this base. but he will lose this entire army if Jaeyun flanks it. Jaeyun sending only a handful of units here. Okay, burrows both the lurkers in the same spot, so the double storms will be able to take those out. But yeah, he does lose this. Kind of a weird sandwich there from Jaeyun. Like, it wasn't even really a sandwich. It was like you put a piece of bread on top of a basketball court and try to pretend that it's a basketball court sandwich. It was like 7 units coming over to die. So Boa removes that. That's really, really good and healthy for him, because he's now on 3 base against 3 base, right? Like, that 4th base was... Oh my god, I missed this. This is why I like Jaeyun's Zerg a lot. How many people do you see use Guardians against Protoss? But this is fantastic. He's got some Scourge here, so Corsairs can't remove it so easily. I mean, Goons can fight against Guardians, but if he pulls them back, they've got greater range. Awesome, awesome move there. Now, Boa, once again, trying to break another location Jaeyun's taken. He does have the Observer. Oh, can he kill off the Observer here? That would be huge. That would be huge if he kills it. In the meantime, we do have that damage coming out of these Guardians. He is producing out of the Stargate. We'll see what that is. And yeah, I guess he did end up getting the Observers, but there's not another Lurker here right now. So he's gonna get the hatchery, unfortunately for Jaeyun. But Jaeyun's doing some damage, right? Like, he's forcing so many storms to actually go down. Look at this, Guardians picking off High Templars? What world is this? I love living here. All right, so Jaeyun loses that base, but the Guardians, again, doing huge amounts of damage. A Scout! We have a Scout! Where are those Scourge? Oh, they're all gone. Oh, 1 Scourge hits, but he still has health. This Scout might save him the game, man. That's for real. Now, look at this. This Guardian running away. The Scout comes up. He's like, oh, okay. I guess I killed them all. You know, this has been frantic. It's not like you're likely counting them. Brings the Scout up. Sees an Overlord. He'll get that kill. But this running away. Guardians are good, man, in the matchup. Like, we see how much Jaeyun was able to do there. He denies this gas a long time. He denies the minerals a long time. Okay, Jaeyun once again taking this base. Once again taking this base. I love that he's focusing right now on getting 2 more bases up. Because, like, Boa's very busy on his 3 bases right now. Jaeyun did slow that down a little bit. Now, running up here... the Lurkers are doing massive damage against those Zealots, and I think the reinforcement can clear the rest of this army. Some more Hydras come up. He does have that +2 Carapace. I wonder if he has +1 melee. Yeah, he's getting melee upgrades, which is kind of cool to see. So preparing for that ultimate late game where Lings become your best unit. But this base will be deleted as Boa brings up a bigger army. So good job by Boa, but when you... This is an old StarCraft tactic where you double expand as Zerg, knowing they're going to kill one. But they kind of need to heavily micro. They need to have a big chunk of their army there. So he kills one, but now this one's up. He has... Well, he's going to have a Sunken. He has a bunch of Scourge up here to kill off any Observers. And, I mean, 5 Lurkers, some Lings. The one thing we need to say is... 100% he needs to keep this base. But if Boa kills this base, I think it's going to be a tough game for Jaeyun. He actually throws up the Spore. My old friend Noni always said the hardest thing in the whole world is attacking a base that has a Spore in it. These things gun down Observers so quickly. They have such good range. Yeah, it looks like Jaeyun is good. Good to go here. Throwing up his Nidus as well so he can super defend it. He's got a ton of macro going. And now you can see why he's been getting those Zergling upgrades. He's going to have these 1-2 Cracklings right now. He's playing against, oh my god, 3 Carapace, 2 attack. Boa has been very on top of this, but look at this. The attack in, trying to kill off some of these High Templars. He gets one, but Boa, overall efficient here, still has those better upgrades. Wow, that's really cool to see that he has the armor upgrades first, too. All right, Defiler Mound on the way. Of course, Defiler Ling going to be absolutely brutal between Plagues and Dark Swarms and all that. Couple cannons going up. Boa realizing, you know what? He needs a fourth base. Let's take a look. His minerals all gone here. Here, he's getting very low. The only reason they still exist is because of that Guardian attack. His third base, totally fine. Really healthy as far as the mineral counts on it. But yeah, he cannot be playing against this much Zerg without an additional base. And honestly, I kind of want him to take one more during this as well. But his money's getting a little bit low. Jaeyun looking strong. All right, Boa moving up. No. Nope. Nope. This is not getting killed. You need to kill this base. Honestly, Reavers won't even do it. You need carriers to kill this base. I think you need to ignore this base as Boa. You need to just say, you know what? Screw it. It's not breakable. Yeah, look at this. He's even using like the lurker egg. He's walled it off. He's got the Nidus. Yeah, that's invincible forever. You can only break this with Terran nukes. That's it. Okay, so Boa, though, he's setting up a good position, roaming around the map a little bit. Notice these cracklings coming out from Jaeyun. Just, they're so strong. They've got +2 melee, +3 carapace right now. The upgrade's getting out of control, but he's trying to pick off some High Templars because obviously that's the real strength of Protoss in this late game. Look at how defended this is. I'm almost disgusted, but I'm impressed by Jaeyun with just, like, these locations are not breakable. I think okay, Boa needs to look at these bases and just try to retain some map control because he can't, no. You cannot attack this. It is impossible. It is just, the amount of efficiency Jaeyun will have is unbelievable. All right, good storm goes down there, but coming up with all these lings. Yeah, I think he has to turn around. You don't want this next group of units coming out and killing everything you have. But yeah, I think Boa's best chance would be just denying anything else. Okay, he scouts what's going on here. He needs to get over here. If Jaeyun gets this base, I think it's all done. Okay, Boa has that fourth base up, really important. Ooh, he's adding in some Reavers. Always like to see that in the Supreme late game. Jaeyun just macroing up on Defilerling Lurker for the most part. We don't see him adding any other tech. Like, I don't think he really wants anything like Ultras right now anyways. I like some of these Ling Scouts that are around. Oh, he's gonna get a Defiler. Wiggles down to the bottom left. I think this will buy him enough time to maybe get a Nidus up. If he casts a spell, that is. Okay, Darkstorm goes down. Obviously, the Zealots can still hit under here. Okay, you know what? Boa's going to be able to kill this. That makes this game continue, which is good. What a crazy game we have going on right here. My God. All right. So Jaeyun is only at 90 supply, we should point out. But a couple lurkers here randomly catching that. Yeah, Jaeyun doesn't have that much supply, but he's got fantastic upgrades. He's got really well-defended bases. Jaeyun going to lose this base. Looks like he wants to set up over here. Throwing some lurkers down. I think we just need to see, like, Plagues, Darkstorms, Lurkerling over and over and over. But if he can methodically take an additional base, because, like, we saw him try to sneak this, right? Boa was over here messing around, trying to hit here, trying to hit here, trying to hit here. His army was over here when Jaeyun double hatchery'd here. So he just barely didn't get it up. Here we see he's trying to take another base. Ooh, I love the double Reaver in here. But he's trying to take another base. It's just he needs to really buckle down and make sure he holds it. But this is highly upgraded Protoss units. Reavers with a speed shuttle. High Templars with their Psystorm. It's really hard to hold something like this with the type of composition that Jaeyun has chosen. I was going to say, I think we need some Scourge here. Oh my God. Oh, goodbye. Goodbye, Reavers. The Scourge come in and destroy the shuttle with 2 Reavers in it. But he does cancel the base again. And that's super important. Because really right now, look, Jaeyun's almost out here. He's getting lower here. Like, this is what happens when you drone a lot. Some Zergs will still be mining happily. But Boa, he has this base and he has this base, right? So it's kind of 2-base economy versus kind of 2-base economy. So a lot of the efficiency comes into play here. Jaeyun has those really scary units, those really scary upgrades, but he desperately needs one more base. Which, of course, if he gets that, then suddenly Boa really desperately needs that. Ling's getting some insane picks in the center. 2 Ling's gonna kill 2 High Templars. Madness. All right, still bringing his units up here. We don't see Jaeyun really focusing on taking another base at the moment. It seems like it does need to be this base or this base. I don't think that this is a takeable location. Boa's army's too big. You really need the ramps and you need the choke points. What a close, epic game this has been. He's actually going to get in here and snipe that Reaver before it gets another Scarab built. Going to run away with these. Of course, there are some observers around, so he'll be able to remove a lot of these. And Boa sending a giant... Oh my god, a switch in Muse. I literally didn't even think of this, but he's made such an anti-Ling army. It's like Reaver, Zealot, High Templar. So the Muta's coming in and splitting up. Look at this. Jaeyun is oh my god, he's destroying Boa right now. He killed every High Templar. I got those nerd chills. I'm literally getting chills watching this. Jaeyun is actually, he's getting kind of low in his economy. Oh my god, he attempts a Psystorm drop here. Barely doesn't get off. That would have been insane. But with those Mutas out now, he killed so many High Templars. Okay, a couple Archons adding into the fray, +3 Archons will be hilarious if they connect with the Mutas. But the Mutas already did their job. And honestly, okay, I mean, I'm a Terran player. Okay, so Protoss players are going to shake their head at me and Zerg players are going to shake their head at me. But I think if Jaeyun brings these Mutas away, don't fight here. Run them away. Turn these guys into Guardians. He's got a huge gas bank. He's got 4K gas. Turn them into Guardians. Use Scourge, Ling, Defiler, Lurker, Guardian. You're not going to get broken here. Okay? I don't want to see these go down, though, to the Archons. It's going to be heartbreaking. He's trying to pick off more High Templars, which, okay, I can get on board with that, but save a few of them. Okay, run them away, run them away. What is that? What are we doing with those Lings? I don't really know. But yeah, if he turns these into Guardians, I'm going to love that. It's going to be amazing. Okay, he's starting to set up a very defended position here. Still utilizing the Mutas as best he can, but against these super upgraded Dragoons even, he's going to lose these so quickly. They're so low. Yeah, look at this location. He's got the Scourge to stop any observers. Seems like he is focusing on getting that. Still has up here. This is kind of funny. He might not even see this in the top right of his screen. Okay, he does. Finally gonna get that shuttle out of there. Jaeyun's so low on minerals. Okay, Boa's gonna try to break in from both sides. He does have twice the supply of Jaeyun. Yeah, I don't think Jaeyun's able to hold on to this. Dark Swarm goes down. It's not enough. And GG is called. What an epic game. Boa taking the lead in the group. Damn, Jaeyun put out quite a game there. I loved his switch into Guardians. That really made my day when he switched into those guards. Boa right now going up to 2-0, but this seems very, very close right now. Let's see, we'll put him at 2. Jaeyun, very close in both of the matches he had. But let's go ahead, jump over to the score screen. We now have Boa going up against Gypsy next.